As the transfer window edges ever closer, player Blackburn Rovers are linked with yet another attacking midfielder. This time he's on the wing, but who is it? I'll tell you next. Once again with another video. Today we're going to take a look at another link in the old summer transfer rumours for Blackburn Rovers' potential target, but this time he plays out on the wing. We'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button to get you back into date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, transfer links related, football related. We're going to know here. Underwaruski, that's right, the player linked to Blackburn Rovers is Ronan Curtis of Portsmouth, a player we've been linked over the past few seasons, but of course it's now or never, it appears, for any transfer business involving the young Irishman. We'll get to that in just a second. Of course, a big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons. Thank you for your continued support, supporting the channel behind the scenes. If you are out there and thinking, you know what, I want to support this clown, get stuck in the old comment section down below. So Ronan Curtis, what is he, who is he, and how would we use him? Of course, he is a young gun Irish midfield, playing in League One. He's been with Portsmouth a few seasons now, and of course Portsmouth have been a conveyor belt of talent over the past few years. Jamal Lowe came out of there. They also had some other young guns making the ranks as well. So Ronan Curtis is the latest one that is looks to be on the move. Now, of course, new management, the Crowley brothers, might have their own ideas about this one, and they'll see him as the most sellable asset. And I think if they are to be on the move, and of course in a COVID year, they'll be probably having a look to sell their major asset. So begrudgingly. But there he is. Of course, he does play out on the wing, which of course Moby has expressed interest on improving our wing status. Of course, recently over the past few seasons, he's played Gallagher and Brereton on the wing, but our hand might be forced to play those guys as strikers next season, as of course the links with Adam Armstrong continue to surface, continue to bubble as well. So bringing in a winger to provide those assists for those gangly strikers in Big Bad Boy Brereton and Sam Gallagher must be top priority, or one of the top priorities for Rovers moving forward. Of course, we have lost wingers over the years. Of course, Craig Conway, one of the last great wingers for Blackburn Rovers, of course, no longer with us. Had a good season, of course, up in Scotland. And Harry Chapman, of course, flattered to deceive on those wings as well. So we're not really overly blessed with them. Raki Costello perhaps could come in, and of course we did lose Harvey Elliott, who did provide some assists and creativity on that right hand side. So we are devout. We are starved of creativity heading into the new season, and this guy would provide. We'll take a look at his numbers completely in just a second. But what will he bring? Let's take a look at it as in a nutshell here. 25 years of age. He's not no babyface assassin. He is Irish international as well. And have a look at his stats. They're not the greatest. We have seen some players over the past few days that have these in the 60s. So he is still a little bit raw, a little bit of work to be done. Does predominantly play down the left-hand side. So if we were to bring him on the left, who would play on the right? That's the questions that's going through everybody's heads. Of course, prefers the number 11 shirt, and again, his defensive duties are not the best either. He's got weaknesses in passing and ball control, but again, I think he just needs that step up to make the grade from League One to maybe the Championship, of course. Take a look at his preferred positions. Of course, the left-hand side is the preferred option for him, but again, he can go down the right if you want to go a little bit more unorthodox, of course, with his left foot coming in from the right-hand side. And you can also play down the striker's role as well, which we've seen, the reversal of strikers playing out wide. So we could do that if we were to be desperado. Take a look at some of his stats and figures there. 42 appearances this season, banging in 10 goals and 7 assists. That's pretty shit hot. 8 yellows though, bit of a discipline issue perhaps. 78% of the time he's in the starting 11, 74% of the minutes he's been played, and 26% he's involved in goals. That's right, whether scoring them or bloody laying them on the plate for somebody else. But that's a good haul, involved in 17 goals and assists together for the season. But remember, it is just League One. Of course, let's take a look at the stats for the years over the years anyway. Of course, this season, 22 games as a winger, 8 down the middle as a striker, 2 down as a left midfielder, and again a couple of times out wide right. The goals did come on the left-hand side, though, as a winger for the most part, as did most of the assists. So keep him out there. Over the years, though, of course, he's played 142 times for Portsmouth. I think it's time to move on. Scored 40 goals in total, 31 assists. There's a 71 goal involvement returned, which basically makes 1 in 2. So every 2 games he's got involved in a goal. So that's a good haul. Anyway, that's just for Portsmouth. Of course, when you take his Derry City numbers into effect, played nearly 100 times for Derry City, 21 goals and 5 assists. Again, he's improving back in the day. So yeah, over the years, these are the breakdown of these numbers in the competition sort of stuff. Let's kick it on further then to the Republic of Ireland. He's played 6 times already for the Irish full team. Of course, he made his debut back in 2018. Unfortunately, he won't be on display in the Euros because Ireland did not make it. But it still shows that he's part of that process, or part of that crew moving into the goal for aiming for the World Cup, which I think it started pretty badly. But anyway, regarding all that, of course, we did have a look at this a little bit. It's a bit more broke down a little bit here. 260 minutes per goal, 6.11 shots per goal. So it takes every time he scores a goal, it takes him about 6 shots to get a goal. Completely passes 66% of the time, 2.3 shots per game. So he's up there. So basically, every two or three games, he'll bag a goal for you. So that's not too bad considering he's a winger. Let's take a look at the heat map. Look at that. It's predominantly all the way down the left hand side. Again, he does like to take a set piece as well, so that's good to see because we are weak in that area. Again, occasionally he likes to come out the right hand side, but for the most part, he's going to be burning up and down that left hand side. And again, he does show some defensive acknowledgement as well. He likes to go back and help out when needs must, which is good. That's the mentality we need. We need guys busting for the shirt, busting for the badge, and of course busting for the team. You got to, if you're not attacking, get your ass back there and defend. Of course. Let's take a look at some other numbers then for you. Of course, I've done this over the past couple of days with a couple of other players that we've been linked with and without. Of course, he's played 42 times. We talked about that already. He started 36 of those goals, 36 of those games, of course. On average, picks up 73 minutes per game. He's been involved in the Team of the Week 4 times for over in League One. 308 minutes per goal, 2.2 shots per game. He has around about 47.4 touches. Now, we did do a video on Ryan Gould the other day, the hot prospect, or there everyone's sniffing around for in the Championship. This guy's got more touches per game than he has. He's also got about 7 big chances created all season, 1.5 key passes as well. He has a dribbler, 0.9 dribbles pass per game. No errors to his play, which is great, and he does like a bang and a cross or two. So not a bad little player, but does he fit the mould for Mowbray? I believe he does. I think this guy has of course the makings for a Blackburn Rovers player. Will he come in? We have been linked with wingers in the past that never really worked out when they made the move elsewhere. Gwyn Edwards, I think Ipswich Town player, picked him up from Peterborough, I believe, a player that we were linked with way back when. He's not really made the grade over there, of course, now in League One. I think his contract is up for expiry as well. So the players that we've been linked with in the past not always work out to be Bobby Dazzlers. One exception to that rule was Jamal Lowe. Again, we were linked with him. A lot of teams were linked with him. Wigan did pick him up for a song, and then of course lost him for peanuts as well. So he's gone on to bigger better things for Swansea, and of course now worth maybe 8-10 million, something like that. So Ronan Curtis could be that player. It's a bit of a punt. Now there were early door links for him back last season was £3 million for him. That's a lot of money for a chunk of change for a League One midfielder. I don't think we'll pay that. But however, if you dig further in the articles that I'll have him linked at the moment, it looks like you could probably get him for 1.5 million. Again, we are in desperate times these days, of course, with the COVID and all that kind of stuff. So teams are balanced in the books, especially League One teams, especially League One teams that didn't get into the playoffs or get promoted, of course. So they'll be looking to reluctantly sell, and of course they're hoping for a competitive market where Blackburn Rovers and amongst other clubs are in amongst it. Chances of signing the kid, I think they're over 50%. I think we'll probably go for 60-70%. It's a player we have been linked with in the past. There are a lot of other Rovers fans like Kirk from Crewe as a wide man, but for me, I think the numbers are there. He's got a good goal return, and I think we've got to take a plunge on 1 or 2 players and go a little bit bold. Not go nuts, especially if we can get a transfer fee in for Adam Armstrong, and that does boost our transfer coffers. Then this is a player that I think could ease that blow. Of course, we've got to look to replace the goals of Adam Armstrong. We've got to look to replace the assists from Harvey Elliott. Take those two guys out of the team, and we are starved of not only creativity but goal action. So we need to replace that. We, of course, do we rely on Brereton and Gallagher to be the strike force, and then maybe bring in a couple of creative players like Ronan Curtis, maybe Ryan Gould as well, to boost the creative aspect of the side. I think so. I think that's what we should do, because strikers, a rare beast these days. You get one like Adam Armstrong or Ivan Toney. They're not there. You could take a plunge at Clark Harris from Peterborough, spend a couple of million on him, and it'll be like Jack Marriott from Derby. Not really able to make that step up. So I think the gambles for strikers are much more higher than they are for wide men like Ronan Curtis, who's got the stats to back him up. So for me, Tony, snap him up. Go for Ronan Curtis. I think he's an absolute steal at £1.5 million. Only if we got the money, of course. What do you think? Do you think Ronan Curtis will be a great addition to our side? Of course, the rumours are out there. It's not 100%. I'm not nailed on anything, but of course, this is likely to develop into something in regards to his availability. I'm not saying he's going to be a Rovers man, but I do believe he'll probably not be a Portsmouth man at the start of League One campaign. Rovers, get involved. Of course, I've given you a couple of tips. Well, I've not given you a couple of tips. I'm just going with the links. The links are out there. So Rovers have made nibbles. They've now done a little nibble on Ronan Curtis. They had a little nibble on Ryan Gould. They don't know how far those nibbles will go. Will they lead to actual contract signings? That's a story for another day. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinion about Ronan Curtis. Will he make the step up to the Championship? Not necessarily for Rovers, but does he have the qualities to do just that? He's playing at international level already, so I think that is an easy answer, an easy yes. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and we'll go again. I'll see you soon for some more links as and when I get them.